To protect election security, several senators in the legislature are pushing a bill that would force Nebraskans to use an ID card to vote. They say it's another step the state can take to protect elections. But opponents say it won't help and instead will disenfranchise voters. Reporter John Kipper is in Lincoln today and tells us why this bill is so controversial.
Voter ID is the issue that I hear the most from my constituents.
For State Senator Angela Groen of Gretna, showing an ID when you cast your ballot is simply common sense.
This can be done without disenfranchising a single voter. Voting is the most important right that we have, and I think that this would go towards giving folks more confidence in that right.
Supporters of the constitutional amendment that would leave it up to Nebraska voters in November to decide on voter ID say they want to stop the problem before it's even an issue.
For your election systems to become corrupted, you can never recover.
That includes Secretary of State Bob Evnen, who says he has found just 2% of Nebraskans eligible to vote do not have a photo ID.
Because it's such a small number, it's a very manageable thing to do, and it's something that I'm committed to.
But then opponents of voter ID had their say, saying that voter impersonation is so rare that the state simply does not need a law stopping it.
It is more likely that an individual will be struck by lightning than they will be impersonated at a ballot box.
Opponents say there are Nebraskans that have no use for an ID and shouldn't have to go get one, just for the right to vote.
I think there are a lot of elderly people that just say, that's a point where they say, okay, I was done with driving, I'm done with this, I'm done with that, and now I guess I'm done with voting as well.
Others mention that the state should expand voter access instead of putting a voter ID law into place. Margaret Fisher worries her friend won't be able to vote.
Who is a veteran, my age, who does not have a birth certificate due to unfortunate circumstances and therefore does not have a photo ID. Does this mean that he, who has served his country, should not be able to vote?
She goes on to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Our voting system works. Leave it alone.
In Lincoln, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
If the legislature and Nebraskans both pass this constitutional amendment, it would be on the legislature next year to work out the details on exactly how it would work.